Hello, good morning. It is Wednesday, March 12th, and my name is Rob, also known as that developer dad, and we're back into working on the DM's familiar today. I did do a shortish stream yesterday where I got started on the logic required to derive a collection of edit fields from any of the game objects in this system. And I barely scratched the surface on getting a edit object component put together. So just a moment here. I'll share my screen and I'll show you the progress that I made between yesterday's session and now. And true to my word, I did stop before painting any details or edit components or anything like that onto the edit screen. I've got my EditNpc button added down here. I need to find an icon for that. Let's see. Give me a new note. Here we are. Find icons. Theme appropriate SVG icons for edit, reset, and cancel. I'll just pull this over to the side here. I don't need that. That's just a reminder to myself. So if I click on the Edit NPC button, we get the screen transition. It just says editing, and right now it's just showing the name of the type that we're editing in here. I've got a little placeholder text, and I've got 3 buttons added to the bottom here. And that's all I've done. I have not bound actions to any of these buttons. And I believe before we start thinking about binding actions, I need to figure out what the button classes I want to use are. So let's shrink this down. I don't need the references window open anymore. Show ViewNpc button as string, onclick, blah, blah, blah. And I want to use secondary button on those other 2. So I'm just going to grab this and put it in my clipboard. Here we are. Copy that. Close that down. And come over to the actual Razor file. Class equals V. Now I'll copy that whole shebang. And I just want to apply that to reset and cancel. So we'll save, go back to my list, come into Create, Edit, and here we have them. Good deal. Cancel, reset, okay. So now I need to set up event handlers for the various click events. I'm going to shrink these view properties down a little bit, or these different regions that we're not working with yet. So here's parameter properties, I've got view properties, I've got form event handlers, and then I'm also going to need hashtag region component event handlers. And I'm going to put those up underneath the constructor when I get to creating them. I just like to keep things tidy. So form event handlers, we're going to have on save button click. I need to set up public async void on reset button click. We're not going to do anything in here. And public async void on cancel button click. And again, we're not going to do anything yet. Handles the click event on the rendered cancel button. This will abandon any changes made on the form and return the user to the previous screen. On reset, rebinds the edit controls to the original values when the form was initialized. And applies changes in the form to the underlying model, and then sends that underlying model back to its manager component, IE for Townsperson instances, the CreateNpc component, which will be responsible for persisting the object to its storage medium. Save. And that's all I want to do. All right. Let's implement cancel. And I'm going to ask AI, do I already have an AI window open somewhere? I do. Let's pull you over here. Good morning, Claude. Let's talk about implementing the event handlers on the object editor form this morning. My goal for this stream is to get on cancel, to close out and abandon all changes, and then navigate back to whichever screen I was on when I clicked edit. Event handlers on the object editor form this morning. I want to focus first on cancel. I've created stubs of the different button click handlers. I'll bind those methods to the button elements while you inspect my comments and think about how we can perform these activities. Now, before I submit this, I'm going to go hashtag codebase. And I'm going to attach the object editor form and its code behind. Boom. I'm going to pull the Claude window over here, and I'm going to get these guys bound into here. On click equals on, oh, what's it called? On cancel button clicked. And I believe I need to actually invoke it. We'll find out in a second. FAFO, right? Yep. And finally down here, on click equals on save button click. Save. Save all. Now I gotta go back to my list, back into Create and Edit NPC. I should be able to go cancel, reset, and I guess we needed to do something when we do that. So let's just say console.log, not largest window height, dot right line, edit form cancel was clicked. And I'm just going to copy and paste those. And this is just to make sure that I've got my event handlers bound correctly. Now I need to come to debug console. Here we are. We've got all kinds of craziness happening here. And I'm going to reload my screen. Here it comes. Come into Create, Edit NPC. And let's just scooch this up a bit so I can see what's going on back here. It looks like those aren't firing, but I suspect it's because I need to actually stop and rebuild. It's okay. Edit and continue with Blazor is frequently pretty flaky. I've also got the syntax for that event binding incorrect. Is prettier still being a pain in the neck? I do not like how it's unformatting my stuff here. I don't like it at all. And what I need to do is instead of on click like that, I need to go at on click and get rid of these parens. At, lose the parens, at, and lose those parens. Save. I'm going to rebuild again just to be for sure. And then we'll rerun and refresh the screen. Oh, I need to also, instead of async void, task task, and task. Save everything, rebuild one more time. There's that, and let's run. All right, refresh, load into Create, hit Edit, cancel, Edit Form Cancel was clicked, Reset was clicked, Edit Form Save was clicked. Beautiful. Good stuff. We've got things happening now. Excuse me. So, on edits clicked. We're just going to shrink that down. On reset button click. I'm going to add myself some comments here. We don't need to externalize this event since the edit object component will have a copy of the original object to be object. This event will require externalization, since the edit object component will not close itself, but rather signal to its owner that the edit activity is being abandoned and the view should revert to its prior state. Feature view should revert to its prior state. On Save button, this needs to be externalized when the Save button is clicked. We'll apply any changes from the form to the underlying object and send that object back to the owner of this edit object instance. It's the responsibility of the owner of this component instance to handle object persistence. Save. I just like to leave notes to myself and my buddy Claude. All right, on cancel button, click. It has no parameters. It returns a task. Let's talk to Claude. All right. Please inspect the reattach. You know what? I'm going to close this. And can I move it back to the right-hand panel? I'm just going to close this, and I'm going to open the right-hand side chat panel. Object Editor Form. Hey there. Please inspect the Object Editor Form code behind and remind me what the correct syntax will be to expose a parameter for me to inject an event, a method from the component's owner to handle events raised from the object editor form component. I've not been working with Blazor very long, so I don't have this stuff stuffed into my memory, which is actually kind of advantageous because it changes frequently. Parameter syntax, I can see you already have some parameters defined for event handlers on edits completed and on edits canceled. Here's a standard pattern for declaring event handlers. Okay. I've had an absolute bear of time getting the event callback format to work. Perhaps this cancel scenario is an ideal way for you to help me understand how to make that pattern work, since it won't carry any data back to the owner. Now we got to get into the parameter properties. We don't need model type. We don't need the instance. We do need visibility. Cancel scenario using event callback. Simplest case. Okay, so I've got this stuff, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to comment it. So we'll do that. Now I'm going to replace it, parameter, public, event callback, on edit canceled. Get set. Save. Now the cancel handler edit form cancel was clicked. Await on edit canceled invoke async. And the parent component that uses object editor form, I bind it like this. All right, so for that, I need to I can close NPC attributes. I need NPC page model. I really, really, really need to handle edit canceled. Test.run. Hide the editor form, state has changed. So that's preview. So now I can bind. So before I can bind in the actual NPC.Razor, I need to get the exact name on edit canceled. Copy. Over here in CreateNpc Razor, on edit canceled equals at this dot handle edits canceled. Cannot convert from system threading task to event callback. Fine. Okay, modify the cancel handler. Task handle edit canceled. Let's go to the definition on this and say private. Save. It still really doesn't like that. How about that? Inaccessible due to its protection level. Fine, we'll make it public. Create NPC page model, handle. This might just be a Blazor issue. Save. Is that prettier? I thought I 86'd that. Where's prettier? Can I uninstall it? I'm going to uninstall it. That's a pain. We'll restart my extensions. There we go. Now I've got problems down here. Save. This is really getting annoying. Dirty rat. So markup element with unexpected name. I should have a using up top here. Yeah, components common. Yep. What are your problems? That's fine, I don't care. This. There is an at using. It's just being ridiculous. I'm going to rebuild. It's doing its thing. And I don't know why it's doing dumb stuff there. It's being really goofy. Components, common. Let me grab this namespace real quick. Copy that. Come over here. Paste that right there. Save. And let's just rebuild. I can't rebuild in there, but I can rebuild this. I'll just rebuild the project. And it's still complaining about that. That, in my experience, will go away at some point. Let's run it. I'm not going to waste time sweating a compiler warning that is full of it. Pop up in here, and I'll reload the page. Come into Create, hit Edit, and let's just see what we get. Invalid operation exception. Handle edits canceled. Current thread is not associated with the dispatcher. Use invoke async to switch execution to the dispatcher when triggering rendering or component state. Now, if I remember right, when using this event callback mechanism, I no longer need to call state has changed. And I should not, apparently, call state has changed in these event callback type things. That's eventually going to become, well, this one won't. But this one, let's see what happens. Let it run. It's building. Bring this up here and refresh. Let it grab the new Blazor circuit. Create, edit, and cancel. And we're back to create new NPC. That is a thing of beauty. Good stuff. Back to list. Actually, what I want to do is come over here and say edit. Okay. We'll go back to the list. Let's add it here. Yeah. So that guy lives on not common, but pages. And our existing edit button lives on the NPC attributes razor. And before I go any further with what I was about to do, I'm going to commit these changes. Editing functionality and enhance object editor layout, fine. That's okay. This is on a branch, so we're preparing the edit capability. Okay. Now I'm going to grab if edit button or if is edit button visible. Grab this guy. And we're going to go to ViewNpc details and run down to the bottom. paste that in here. And I got to boop that out. Now, we need this, copy. I'm going to go here to the definition up here, and I'm going to say public bool is edit button visible. Save that part. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go to the definition on for this one, and all I'm going to do is public async task, paste in the name, on edit button click, and all I'm going to do is grab this code, whoops, copy, drop it up in here, and back that out a few tab spaces. Edit NPC clicked, invoke with nothing, boop, copy. Now, where is my ViewNpc attributes code? Because I've got this stuff set up. Go to the definition here. Copy this. Paste that. Invoke async null. Oh wait, there's no invoke async, just invoke null. Save that. Now I can close these guys down. And I got to spin up to the top here to see, find the references where I'm setting that. Find all references. Set action button states. Await should show save button. Is edit button visible. Equals await should show edit button. We're going to come down to should show save button, go to definition, app context is null, get user limits. Now, this needs to be I'm going to copy this code and make a private async task bool. User has open save slots. Pop in here, paste that code. Where the hell did I go? Here we are. User has open save slots. And I'm going to call it check. User has open save slots because it's a function. And I'm going to replace this check user has open save slots, save, and it's still barking, should show edit button. I'm going to add a private async task of type bool should show edit button. And all I really need to detect here is that we've got a bound event handler on it. And I'm thinking for now, well, we really don't care if the user has open save slots. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just leave this an async task for now. I believe we've got all of that stuff, partials. Bool show it equals false. Task.run. I'll scooch this stuff up into here. Return show it. Copy, paste, await, and I'll just I'll boop all of these up in there. And now the compiler is happy. Save all, rebuild my UI project. It's all complaining. And now this is set up to receive a handler, but it's not going to show our edit button until it's got a handler. So I'm going to come out to CreateNpc, and on this guy, I installed Prettier when I was doing a bunch of JavaScript stuff, and it has been a giant pile of poop. ViewNpc attributes on EditNpc clicked. Where does this ID come from? I don't know if I like that. We might have to deal with that in a little bit. On EditNpc clicked. Okay. And passing null means we're going to use current. Finds the edit button on a child component to this method. When this method is called without an NPC ID, it uses the current NPC value if that property is populated. And let's just fix our indentation. Here we go. Save. On EditNpc clicked. We can do the same thing with ViewNpc attributes. I'm just going to strip all of that stuff out. We'll get rid of it. Save all. Rebuild. Now I gotta retest because I did make a change to the way I'm binding handle edit button on the CreateNpc thing. But I'll just hit the keyboard shortcut for run. It's coming up. I'll reload. Now let's hit create, edit, cancel. Good. Back to list, view, edit, cancel. Came back to the right one. All right, back to list. We're going to go look at Tharok Vexel, edit, cancel, and it's back to create new NPC. So that's not what we want to have happen. All right, so in the NPC page model, in that event handler, on EditNpc clicked, private. What's the type on page state? Create NPC page states. NPC page states. I'm going to make this nullable. Pre-edit state. Pre-edit state. equals page state. I'm going to change the name of that right away. Rename symbol, pre-edit, page state. Save. Now, handle edits canceled equals pre-edit page state, or if it's null, we'll just go back to the list. And we know status changed is fine. Oh, we got ourselves an error. What's going on here? It's not contain a definition for has delegate. What are you talking about? Oh, those are old. Save. In fact, save everything. I'm going to rebuild the UI project. And then I'm going to reload. Now, if this little flaggy state save temporary thing works, I should be able to view an NPC, hit edit, cancel the edit, and go back to the original NPC view. But let's find out. We have fooled around. It's time to find out. So go to create, edit NPC. Beautiful. Cancel. We're back there. Okay, we've got a Sealy-Fay barkeep. Edit, cancel, Sealy-Fay barkeep. Good. Back to list. Let's view Grimble Fizzlebang here. Edit, cancel, and we're back to viewing the detail sheet for Grimble Fizzlebang. That's fantastic. One last change. We're going to add an edit button to our NPC list. So create NPC, view NPC details razor. I'm going to grab this, copy that. All right. Settings, go away. Go away. And I need to come into NPC list. Now, in between view and delete, there we go. NPC ID button. We got to close the button. That should shut that noise up. Good. Show edit NPC button. Let's come into here. Go to definition. Public bool. Show edit NPC button. Edit NPC handler is not equal to null. Let's come down to delete NPC handler. Here we go. We need a new parameter. Public func GUID task, edit NPC handler. Save that. What is this complaining about? On edit NPC clicked, we need to add that. So we'll just come up to on view NPC clicked, public async task on edit NPC clicked with the GUID of the NPC, edit NPC handler.invoke. That all looks correct. Save. What else is it complaining about? On edit NPC clicked. You're full of it. Stop the project. Go to definition. There it is. It's right there. You silly, silly goose. Rebuild. I might close and reopen that Blazor file in a second to see if it decides to behave itself. It's right there. Copy. Paste. There, that fixed its little wagon. Now, I'm going to take a look in here and make sure that edit NPC handler, copy, zip out here to create NPC Razor, and on the list, I need to go add that equals handle on edit NPC clicked. On edit NPC clicked. There's that. What are you complaining about? Go to definition. Oh, you dirtbag. Create new clicked. Go to definition. Task with a GUID. NPC ID equals null. Okay. Edit NPC handler. Where the heck is that? Hey, what's up, Mars? Let's take a look at the ViewNpc handler here. Okay, so this is a func GUID task, func GUID task, func GUID task. Ah, nullable. There it is. And that fixed that issue. Good. Save all my changes, rebuild the UI. Boop. Excuse me. And let's see if this actually enables me to edit or invoke the edit button from the NPC list. Function F5, and it's up and running. We'll do that. Hey, I've got an edit button. And let's see here. Lowen, beautiful. And then we'll cancel. Thing of beauty. Edit, cancel, view Elowen, edit, cancel. We're back to editing Elowen. Back to list, create, edit, cancel. We're back to creating. All right, our basic interactivity, our baseline interactivity is functioning. Whoops. I didn't mean to log out. So we can now navigate to an albeit empty edit screen. I do want to clean up that button a little bit. That's fine. As a matter of fact, let's just do that now. NPCList razor. I don't want I don't think I'm going to add an icon to edit there. Oh, Lear Barber. Guess what, buddy? I'm not interested in you're trying to sell me viewers spam. Goodbye. Okay, so let's close these. I don't want to look at this. I just want to get that. We're going to make this a secondary button. We're going to get rid of the icon. Save that. Actually, we'll just save everything, just in case. Cancel. And there we go. That's looking much nicer. Edit. Cancel. Create. I'm going to change these guys. I also want to change the order in which they appear. So let's do that now. So that is view attributes. Spin down to the bottom. Take this edit button. I'm going to cut. And I'm going to paste. I'm going to get rid of the icon. Class equals secondary button. Edit, cancel. And we can see that edit NPC is now off to the left. Save is still a primary button and has that. Generate AI description is over here. I am going to, in fact, move save down below the generate AI button. Change this to think dark, maybe. Secondary button. Let's see what this change does for me. We'll see. Edit, cancel. I actually like that a lot more. Yeah. Of course, save is primary, always at the very end. Even though, oh no. Yeah, my secondary buttons are over here. Back to list, view, edit NPC, download. On the details viewer, let's spin down here. I am going to find an icon for edit, but until I do, let's just get rid of these. And class equals secondary button. No change? Changed. I like it. That's groovy. Now what happens when I click the download button? Good. It overwrites, or it doesn't overwrite, but it swaps the active view, and cancel. We're back. Awesome. Awesome. Good deal. Okay. I think we have had a pretty productive stream. So this afternoon, when I come back, we're going to work on getting this to populate. And I also need a standardized way of accessing what's going to become the title bar of our editor. So in order to do that, I've been thinking about this stuff a little bit. In the Game Tool User Manager, no, we want to go to the framework. In the concepts, I'm going to add a new file. And it's going to be an interface. IEditable IEditable? Yeah. And I'm going to add another new interface. Interface, that's what I said. It's going to be provides caption. And editor caption. Now, on the Townsperson type, well, IEditable, before I do that, I provide caption. Save all of those. Base interfaces, if interface requires restarting. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to stop this. And this is just a setup for later on. I'm probably going to do the full implementation on this offline. IEditable. Yeah, I think it's just IEditable. Yeah. Implement this interface. I'm going to need to find where it stuffed that. I have a feeling, I hope it's at the bottom. Yep, editor caption. And to keep things tidy, pound region, IEditable implementation. Pound and region, equals I'll just do that. If this dot full name, well, no. Use the full name plus species plus profession if available. Otherwise, use species plus profession if available. Otherwise, default to new NPC. String. Default caption is new NPC. String computed caption equals string.empty. What's that default if empty? Default caption. Is that what it does? Or is that just a BS? It is. Ugh. String.empty. Get out of here. Name equals string.is null. Full name dot value. Value. Otherwise string.empty. Reference a non-static. Sometimes get sometimes the automated stuff is really, really, really annoying. Okay, we're getting there. Return string.is null or empty or white space. Save. String.empty. String species name equals this dot species and that's just a string. string profession name vocation.name string.empty. Now, computed caption equals, and we'll just do a little bit of interpolation. There we go. Formatted caption equals name colon and then in parentheses species name and profession name. And if our computed caption is just white space, we're going to return the default caption. Otherwise, we're going to return the formatted caption. Save. This will be the last thing I do before I dive into this, or before I break. Go to definition, instance label, model type, now instead of an object, it's going to become an IEditable. We need to bring that in. Now, private, this needs to become an IEditable. And this might blow up a whole bunch of stuff because I might be barking way up the wrong tree. Instance label is what am I calling the model instance? Model instance dot editor caption. If that's null, I'm just going to do a little bit of this. Save. I have no idea if this is going to work. I feel like it should, but we're going to find out. First, we rebuild. First, we rebuild the UI. And this will be the last thing before I break, because I'm already at an hour 20 minutes. Run the app. Reload. just for laughs. Would you look at that? Editing. Dorian Vex, half vampire servant. Beautiful. Back to list. Go create. Edit NPC. Half elf Fletcher. Back to list. View. Edit. Now we've got some additional stuff in here that we don't really need. So I want to go back to editor caption on the Townsperson. Here we go. Formatted caption. Good. Get this. There's that. And I want to come over to the object editor form, get rid of the colon on this, save that, save all, and let's see if that fixed up some of our visibility. Editing AI, Gromok Stonefist. Okay. Now over in Townsperson, what I want to do is dot replace full name dot AI That's better. I want to get rid of that little AI signifier. Cancel. Let's view Tharok. Edit him. All right. We'll go back to the list. I dig it. I think we've had ourselves a very productive stream. We've added event handlers to the edit component and started to get them implemented. We've got cancel fully implemented. There's no sense trying to implement reset or save until we've got something to reset or save here. But this afternoon, when I come back, we are going to focus on populating this edit fields area. And we'll see how far we get. Until then, thanks for joining me, and take care of yourselves. Happy coding.